Did you know that the chicken's kidneys, unlike the human one, which shapes like a bean, the chicken kidney shapes like a sausage? Did you know when roosters crow, it's actually a combined effort of the lungs, the trachea, and the air sacs in their body? Hello, my name is John, and today we'll be dissecting a chicken. Before we dissect the chicken, these are the following things you need to prepare. So first, you'll need scissors, chopping board, dressed chicken so I can handle it alone, scalpel, gloves so you don't get poop all over your hands. So we first put on the surgical gloves.
6.5 hours later. 2,000 years later. 1 eternity later.
So now we're good. So this requires the supervision of an adult because the scalpel is very sharp. So what I'm trying to do is to cut the skin to separate the legs from the rest of the body. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing to the other leg. After that, we're going to expose the muscles. Cut it slowly like that. You don't need to apply too much pressure because the scalpel is very, very sharp. You could damage anything. I can't zoom in, so I'm just gonna put my head closer. This is fat, and this is what the chicken's leg muscle looks like. It's used for moving the chicken's leg. As you can see, the leg muscle of the chicken is pinkish, while the fat here is yellow. As you can see, I am pointing it right here. These are the external parts of the chicken. This is the thigh, this is the wing, and this is the breast. This is the legs, and these are the feet. And also, this is the neck and also where the head once was. So this is the cloaca. The cloaca is where they poop, where they pee, and also where they lay eggs. The wings here are actually smaller than they look. It's just the feathers make them look big. They're used for mating rituals and short flights. We're cutting through here, the articulation here. So yeah, just cutting it through here. Careful not to damage any muscle or cartilage. Like we could have done here, but that's boring. So we're going to peel the skin slowly to reveal the pinkish muscle under the skin. You can see right here that there's muscle running all over the thigh, and this here is the ball socket joint that connects the leg to the rest of the body. So I'm going to peel the rest of the skin to try and reveal the backbone. Peeling off the skin from the ball socket joint was very hard, but eventually I managed to do it.
You're doing great.
So I'm going to try and split the legs to reveal the ball socket joint, the cartilage, and the tendon. Can you see the fat inside? I did it! I'm going to cut a little more so you can see the joints, the tendons, and the cartilage more clearly. So this is the tendon, which helps move the leg. And here is the cartilage, which also helps move the leg, like this. And here is the ball socket joint that we broke so you can see it clearly. Now I'll remove the skin of the healthiest part of the chicken, the breast. So here is what the most healthiest part of the chicken looks like. It's elongated and it's divided into two. And here is the ribs. Much like the humans, it helps protect the inner organs. And also right here is the sternum of the chicken. As you can see here, this is how thick the delicious breast is. Yeah. So now let's try to reveal the inner organs without damaging anything. This plastic-like membrane is basically a sac that separates the internal organs from the rest of the body. So now, as you can see here, as I pull at the plastic-like membrane, you can see that there are internal organs. So now I will cut the ribs with the scissors slowly and carefully and try not to rupture anything. And we'll also do the same thing to the other side. So let's open it slowly so you can see what it looks like. This is the trachea, or the windpipe. It transports air from the head to the lungs. Unlike the human trachea, which is C-shaped, the chicken trachea is O-shaped or circle-shaped. And the entirety of the neck bone, and this is where the head once was. The esophagus, or the gullet, transports food from the mouth to the stomach, or the crop. A pouch in the esophagus used to store food temporarily before moving it on to the stomach to be digested. After that, it goes here into the stomach, right here under the heart, where digestion actually happens. It's softened but not ground, so that's where the gizzard here comes in. You can see right here, it's made of a shiny coating. It kind of looks like a red onion. See here, in here the gizzard, which is under this yellow thing. So what happens is that there's keratin teeth in there, where the chicken's actually two teeth. It can withstand hydrochloric acid, which originates from the stomach. It grounds like that with powerful muscles. And then if the keratin wears down, it just replaces it with a new one. But a keratin teeth can't just do it alone. That's why the chickens eat rocks to help them with. This is the heart. It pumps blood throughout the body to deliver oxygen and nutrients to tissues and remove carbon dioxide and metabolic waste from tissues. These are the livers. These may look like the lungs, but the lungs are actually here. This orange thing, those are the lungs. This is the liver. It has numerous functions in the digestion and the absorption of foods. Its primary function is the digestion and the absorption and the production of bile. Intestine, and then here small intestine, and this small intestine is large intestine. Between those, there's the pancreas. So yeah, and this yellow thing, by the way, wrapping the gizzard, is a membrane. And also, by the way, did you know two lobes of the gizzard? Not one is the same. One is bigger than the other. It's like the lungs, but it's for digestion. Let's try to remove the cloaca without rupturing it so you can see the intestines more clearly. Here is the cloaca. This is where poop is stored, and it also mixes with urine before it gets expelled out through the cloaca. Now let's try to look underneath. Intestines, as I pointed out, these are the ovaries. This is the brown thing is the kidney, and then this is the lungs. Here you can see the blood vessels, and they're used to transport blood around the body. The large intestine absorbs water and dries out the indigestible bile, while the small intestine helps in digestion
and nutrients absorption. This is how long the small intestine is. If you were to stretch it out, it would reach up to 4 feet in length. This is the mesentery. It's a folded membrane that attaches the intestine to the abdominal wall and holds it in place. This is the spleen. It's the largest peripheral lymphoid organ in chickens, and it plays a significant role in both antibacterial and antiviral immune responses against acquired antigens. This is the biliary tree. It mainly serves as a storage facility for bile produced by the liver. 2 bile ducts run from the liver. One runs to the gallbladder primarily for storage of bile, and one runs directly to the duodenum, where bile is used to break down lipids. The main job of the respiratory system of birds is to absorb oxygen and rid the body of carbon dioxide. The oviduct of the reproductively active laying hen has 3 primary functions: collection of ovum from the ovary, deposition of albumin membranes, the shell around the ovum, and transport of the developing eggs to cloaca. The kidneys are a very important organ in the chicken's body. They are responsible for getting rid of waste products and toxins through the chicken's urine, and unlike the human kidneys, chickens are shaped like sausages. So the comb is primarily for mating. The larger your comb is, the more likely the female will be attracted. Wattles are 2 elongated, fleshy, thin lobes of skin that hang down from the lower side of the head, which help them stay cool during warmer weather. The beak is mainly just for eating and drinking. The earlobes protect the ear, and you can also use it to determine what eggs they lay. The red earlobe chickens will lay brown eggs, and the white earlobe chickens will lay white eggs. I hope you learned something from this video.